Okay, we are live. Let's see here. Well, hi, Mia. How are you? Let's see. I don't know where to look. Should I be looking right at the camera? Can you hear me, Mia? Hi, Mia, Maya. Hi. Hello. Civil rights relator. Okay. Um, so I'm just going to hang out for a little bit. And if you guys have any questions to start off before it starts getting a little bit more difficult to ask questions, I am doing a giveaway. I am going to talk about the product and how to use it. And then you can decide if that's something that you want to participate in. Okay. Well, hello, Victoria. How are you? Okay. Mia, I think I did see you. I remember your thumbnail there. Hi, Cindy. Yay! So I don't know if this day works out. Typically during the week, I'm so busy doing consultations that there is no way that I can even think about doing live streams. So you guys let me know if this is a good time or not. I like to have Saturdays to myself. But you just let me know. Let me see. Harsh, hey, how are you? Oh my gosh. Okay, Ambry, what are your thoughts on IPL for skin of color that's prone to hyperpigmentation? Well, okay, so this is my experience with people who've had IPL. With people who have had hyperpigmentation, it typically is one or two things. Um, it doesn't respond well to it, like they feel like they didn't get any results from it, or it does start to lighten, but then after a while it starts coming back, so they feel like it didn't really work for them. Those are the clients that I actually have eventually make an appointment with me because they feel like they've tried almost everything and it doesn't work. Typically, the darker your skin is, and this is what I'm finding, it doesn't mean that someone out there didn't get good results. What I am finding is that when I ask their skin's history and they tell me all the treatments that they've done, they feel like they didn't get the results that they needed. So now that they're coming to see me. So, and again, there's so many factors in this. It could be that they did it at the wrong time of the year. Like some of them have been taking birth control pills, so there's a hormone issue with that as well. So if that's driving it, and then they do the IPL, it's going to eventually come back, and they keep taking the birth control pills. So there's so many factors. So without seeing your skin, I'm not sure. I can only tell you my professional experience with the clients that I have treated. Okay. Okay. Hi, Lubna. How are you? Let's see. I've heard a few conflicting opinions on the use of enzyme exfoliation on higher grade 3 and 4. What are your thoughts on using enzyme for more severe acne? Okay, so it depends on each individual. So when I do videos, it's always generally speaking. If the enzyme is paired with another AHA and they have sensitive skin and it's paired with lactic acid, they tend to do better. And if it is in a powder form, if it's an enzyme form and then they pair it with like walnut shell powder or bamboo powder, sometimes it doesn't work if the person has a lot of pustules or if they're really inflamed. If they are really inflamed, like I mentioned in the videos before, the first thing to do, which for a lot of people sounds counterintuitive, because they're coming in to address the acne. If it's red and inflamed, you got to get that down first, because you cannot introduce um, antibiotics or acids or anything like that when their skin is inflamed. It's just going to get worse. Okay. Let's see. Good night. Thank you for stopping in. I appreciate it. Oh, midnight in Asia. Oh my gosh. Thank you for staying up. I appreciate that. Um, what about IPL hair removal devices? I think it was the cause of hyperpigmentation. Yeah, see, that's the thing. Is with laser, if there's heat for some people, the hyperpigmentation starts, and it usually doesn't start right away. It slowly starts to form. Okay. In the skincare regime, do you incorporate actives when using essences? Okay, so okay, first of all, what are you using essence for? Is the essence more of a liquid? Okay, so it's like super fluid. Is it more like a gel? So it depends on that and what type of actives you are specifically talking about, and if the what form is that active in. So like, is it water based? Is it oil based? Is it cream based? So that also plays um, into how you apply it, as well as what is the skin condition that you have. Okay. So at what point in the skincare regime, you would have to you would have to explain more of what the skincare products are, what the actives are, and what the formulation of the active is in. Is it in a serum? Is it a cream? Okay. Still struggling with eliminating sugar from my diet. I know it's really hard. My hyperpigmentation is really bad, but I'm not sure where to start with skincare. What is your thoughts on vitamin C and hyaluronic acid? Okay, so Maya, I would have to also find out if you've ever taken any type of hormone pills, birth control pills, hormone regulating pills, anything like that, anything for the thyroid, and how long you took it, and if you're still taking it, because that will affect a lot of what you do with skincare. Okay. Hello, Kaylee. Is it Kaylee? Kaylee or Kali? Thank you for stopping in. You're welcome, Mia. Okay. That happened to me after hair removal laser. Yes. So those of you who have Fitzpatrick, okay, you may not know your Fitzpatrick scale, but the easier you can tan, that means you're going to be higher on the Fitzpatrick scale. So the easier that you can tan, your irritation, typically your inflammation, doesn't show up as redness like people who have fair skin. Your inflammation shows up over time in the form of hyperpigmentation. So when you go out and you get tan, everyone says it looks nice and it looks healthy. That is just the skin's way of telling you that it's protecting itself from the UV rays. That's sun damage, right? Some form of UV light damage or some form of inflammation. I also came across this paper that they were talking about. Now they're starting to do studies on blue light because so many people are exposed a lot longer to blue light than they ever are to UV rays, and how that is affecting the aging of the skin. And what's dangerous about that is, so when you go out in the sun, you're getting both UVA and UVB. The UVB, which is the burning rays, that lets you know you're getting too much sun, not the UVA. UVA is aging, but the the B lets you know I got to get out of the sun. The thing with the blue light is you're not, it doesn't give you any warning. There's side effects like you can't sleep as well, you have more anxiety, there's more headaches, things like that. But when you are forced to work in front of blue light like your phone or your computer, that is the dangerous thing about your skin, is you're doing your work and it doesn't let you know you're getting too much of that. So you have to use things that kind of neutralize that, like with a blue light screen, blue light. They have those glasses, although the glasses are going to protect your eyes, but not your skin. So that's one thing. Okay, I'm not sure to start. Okay, what is your thoughts on vitamin C and hyaluronic acid? Okay, so the clarifying thing is, are you using that in two separate products where it's one is just a hyaluronic acid serum, and the other one is a vitamin C, or they do have a lot of those formulations where it's vitamin C serum plus hyaluronic acid. So I do need to know that. Okay. Um, let's see. Oh, Christy Joseph. I think she's the one that she actually started watching because we spell our names the same way. Was that you, Christy? Because there's very few people that spell it like the way that we do. Okay, what's best for dry lips? Okay, so if you have the chapped, flaky lips, you know, where you can peel off the skin and you're putting chapstick or lip balm and it doesn't really work and you keep doing it. Okay, the reason why is because a lot of the lip products, not all, but it just depends on which one, but mainly like chapstick. You look at their main ingredient and it's going to be some type of wax or petroleum or lanolin. It's an occlusive agent. Because you're lacking moisture, that's why your skin is getting dehydrated and it's flaking off. When you don't have any moisture on your lips and then you put the stuff on, the reason why it's not working is because you need water on your lips, right? You need moisture and then you put the occlusive agent to keep the moisture from evaporating. So you need to look for more products that actually have humectants that can add moisture to your lips. So typically, again, if you see something that has the glycerin in it, butylene glycol is a humectant that can actually add moisture to your lips. So that's why a lot of people, when you lick your lips, it's dehydrating it because you lick your lips, right? Because it's dry, and then it evaporates, and so it's evaporating the moisture. So you need something that's balanced on your lips as well. But if you have the flaky skin, you have to exfoliate that first, getting that off just like you do with your regular skin, and then you can add that lip moisturizer on there. And I will include links for that so you can find that. Let me see if I can actually do that now. Somebody asked for it, and then I got so busy, I forgot. Oops. Okay, so this is the one I talk about a lot because I actually use this one. I know a lot of people use the sugar scrubs, and that's not, I mean, the texture of that, it's not small enough to, there you go. There's the link for that. I think you can, okay. Okay, so you want to exfoliate it beforehand. Oh, and if you get the cuts, you know, sometimes like you can get like those cracks in your lips, and so then it starts to bleed. Okay, if you have that, you not only need humectants, but look for one that actually, instead of having waxes, actually have fatty acids in them. So like if it has like some type of like, I don't know what they're using, but like sunflower oil, okay, sunflower oil, or like some type of like nut oils in the lip thing, that's what you need if it's like cracking. Okay. Let me see if I can. Vitamin A, bring a help. How can I reduce my forehead marks? Okay, are you talking about forehead wrinkles or are you talking about like acne scars? I'm not really sure what you mean by forehead marks. If you can let me know. Yeah, okay, Christy, that's awesome. That's awesome. Okay, let's see. Oh, Togi, of course I remember you, Togi. You order products from me. Yes. Okay. I think it would be my weight and foods that I eat that have ruined my hormones and created hyperpigmentation. I think I may need a detox for a week. Okay, so I don't know, Maya, about your health, your background history. So I'm not going to advise you on how to do your detox and when to do your detox. That I think that is going to be, you need to go talk to someone with that, and you need to do it correctly, because I've heard some people doing it and like their electrolytes got imbalanced and stuff like that. So you do need to be careful with that. Okay. Hi there. Okay, let's see. Hi, you just got there. Misty Reds. Okay, so first things first. Okay, first, does anyone out there have oily skin, breakout prone skin, and you have any questions on how to use your vitamin C? Because I'm going to talk about that right now. Okay. Um, so I'm going to do a free giveaway. Um, but here's the thing. So Skinceuticals, which is that's what they're famous for. Their skincare darling, their best-selling one is their Skinceuticals CE Ferulic one. Okay. I am not being paid for this, obviously, because I'm doing this, but they did send it to me for free. Now, the issue is it is for oily and breakout prone skin because a lot of the vitamin C serums out there tend to break out or make your skin oilier for oily and breakout prone skin. So this is it right here. So I opened it. Okay, I opened it and I put it on my hand, and then I also put it just a little bit on. I had a breakout. You can see my breakouts right there. And it does dry it out and it flakes it off and it starts to lighten these acne scars. Okay. But I didn't use it any more of it because it's for oily skin and I don't really have oily skin. So I'm going to give this away. So you guys have to know if you are not okay with this product being open, because I'm telling you, if you then don't be in the giveaway. I opened it so everybody can see it. Okay. But it wasn't like I was using it because I'm already dealing with issues of trying to retain moisture and oil in my skin because I have more mature skin. So here's an example. If you guys, all right, if you guys have ever seen oh, hold on. I'm going to get my vitamin C, the Skinceuticals, from my bathroom so you guys can see the difference in the color. Okay, so hold on. Okay, don't you guys love these live shows? It's like, let me go to the bathroom and let me go get it. Okay, so this one here, this is the one everybody knows about, right? This one right here. So look how deep, rich in color it is. It's almost gone. Do you see that? See how orange it is? Now let's compare to this one. Look at that. Look at the difference. This one is the new one, Silmarin, and this is the traditional. Oh, it's going to drip. Okay, so if you're asking what the difference is, okay, hold on. Let me move this here. Okay, if you're trying to use the vitamin C for hyperpigmentation, this is not the product. You have to use the Phloretin CF, the Skinceuticals Phloretin. That is more for hyperpigmentation. This is more for prevention, right? It's an antioxidant, which means slowing down oxidation of our skin, which is basically aging, right? So there is a product in here. It's a milk thistle extract, and it is called Silmarin. So that is what actually helps reduce oil oxidation from your skin. It still has the L-ascorbic acid, it has the ferulic acid, but it also has I don't wonder if you guys can see this. Can you guys see that? See how it says the 0.5% salicylic acid, 0.5% ferulic acid, L-ascorbic 15%, and the 0.5%, which is the Silmarin. Okay, so, and it's a way more fluid. The other formulation on this too is it does have the 0.5% salicylic, which is a oil soluble. It's a beta hydroxy acid and it's oil soluble, so it helps exfoliate the skin. So you do have to use sun protection with that. The other thing is so that's for the treatment of acne and breakouts. Okay. Okay, the other thing is here, so that you know this going in, it's water, right? And it says alcohol denat, which is basically denatured alcohol in it. Okay, so how you would use this, because it has the denatured alcohol, that's for easy evaporation, but it can make, for some of you oily skin types, if you don't balance that out with added moisture, your skin will get um, it can get more oily or it can start to get more dry depending on what your skin type is and where you live too. So you have to balance that out. And everything else is it like blends everything in together, and solvents. And then the ferulic acid. Okay, so the way that so when I spoke with Skinceuticals on this, you're going to use this exactly like a vitamin C serum that's fluid. When I mean fluid, like, not cream, like this, it's fluid, right? You're going to apply that directly on dry skin. Okay. And if you have breakouts, how you're going to use it with that, because of the alcohol, you're going to have to use a water-based moisturizer and then put the spot treatments on top of that. So that's how you're going to use that. Okay. So let me see. Oh, let me go back to all the chats here while I was explaining everything. Okay, let's see. Oh, how can you tell the difference between hyperpigmentation and something worse? Well, hyperpigmentation is just a general classification of um, irregular pigmentation, so more of the pigmentation. And I'm not talking about hypopigmentation, which is the lack of pigment. So when we're talking about hyperpigmentation, it could be anything from acne scars or like even a cut. So when you get a scrape or a cut and then it's kind of like darker, even though it's like scabbed over and it's gone. So that's called post inflammatory hyperpigmentation. And that can mean anything from acne scars to a scrape that had healed or a cut that you had. Those are all under post inflammatory hyperpigmentation. Okay. Melasma, which is a different classification of hyperpigmentation, that is patches. So, patches of, so it could be pregnancy mass. Sometimes they nickname it pregnancy mask, or just big patches of hyperpigmentation. That's usually under melasma. When you have age spots, right? Or like sun damage from the sun, that's also hyperpigmentation, but that typically is UV induced hyperpigmentation. Okay. So that's the difference between all of those. And melasma is the most difficult to treat, is melasma. Is Timeless Vitamin C comparable to Skinceuticals Vitamin C? I know it is so expensive. Okay. So one of the things, and again, everybody's skin responds differently. And I think the reason why Skinceuticals charges so much is because they put more money into research and development, and they actually have clinical studies using their own products. Where these other skincare companies, they may not have done they haven't funded the actual research using their particular product, but using a type of vitamin C that has been shown, maybe in other studies, that it's shown to work. Not particularly their product, but the type of vitamin C that they're using. Now, you also have to remember vitamin C, true in its purest form, is the L-ascorbic acid. Most of the other ones that you see are vitamin C derivatives, or it's like a different form of vitamin C that's more gentle to the skin. So therefore, when you look at percentages, just it's not just about percentages, it's about the type of vitamin C that they're using and in what form. And they have other ones that have been shown to be more stable. It's an oil stable form of vitamin C. So it just depends, and everybody's skin responds differently, because some people, so okay, I actually had somebody say, you said in one of your videos to not mix vitamin A and C, but there's other skincare products that put it in. Okay, I need to clarify. The vitamin A typically that you are seeing in the products is not retin. It's not retin A, right? It's retinol palmitate. That's what they're using. So when you are using, let's just say retin A and then L-ascorbic acid, that's what I mean. Though that tends to sensitize a lot of people's skin over time. When they're using it in a serum, it's typically not retin A and L-ascorbic acid. They're usually derivatives of that or some form of that, but not the straight stuff. That's what I mean. Okay. So I should have clarified that. Okay. So is Timeless vitamin C comparable to Skinceuticals vitamin C? They're not the same thing, but you're using the word comparable. So yes, they are comparable, but they are not the same thing. Okay. Follow-up try question about where in the routine to use essences and actives. Thank you for clarifying. My actives are serum. The essences are liquid. Use vitamin C, niacinamide, and salicylic acid. So, okay, so if you're saying the vitamin C is a serum, the niacinamide is a serum, is the salicylic acid also in a serum? Because and the acid and the essences are liquid. Okay, so lots of essences give directions where you pour it in your hands and then you kind of pat it on, or you use a cotton, okay, with that. Then you would always use the serum first and then apply the essences, not with a cotton pad, obviously, because then you're going to wipe off the serum. You're going to put it on top. You're going to pat it on top. And this is just based on your question. Okay, so that's how you're supposed to do it. If it is a spray, I've seen some essences where they're sprays. You still do the serum first, let it dry, okay, and then put your essence. Unless your serum is a hyaluronic acid serum, then and it has no other active, so it doesn't have vitamin C, because hyaluronic acid loves water, then you would apply that first, and while your face is still moist, different like vitamin C where you let it dry, you could spray that on. Okay? You're so oily in the summer, even on your mature skin. Okay, so I would first want to know, one, what type of cleanser that you're using and what your skincare protocol is and what kind of cream or moisturizer that you're using. And if you are one of those, Brenda, where some people who have really, really oily skin, they actually avoid using moisturizers on their skin because they're so oily, and a lot of times that's what they need. It's just the right type of moisturizer, and then it'll balance out the water lipid balances in their skin. Okay. Unfortunately, skin is normal to dry and don't like high percentages of vitamin C, L-ascorbic acid. However, I do need recommendations for vitamin C for reactive dry skin. Okay, so here's a good example of someone who could use. Okay, so you have to be careful because there's some vitamin C's that are actually mixed, combined. They do a formulation where there's also an exfoliant in there. And if you're saying you've got like reactive skin, you may want a oil soluble form of vitamin C. It's like the tetrahexyl decyl ascorbate. That would be a better one. It's an oil soluble, oil stable form of vitamin C. And then maybe in like a cream form of, um, so like the image vitamin, the Vital C, they have one that is like a milky lotion type. That would be probably better for dry, reactive skin. Okay. Okay, let's see here. Yes, since are hydrating. Yes, okay, for overall brightness and prevention. Yep, so that would probably be that one, Togi. Let me see. Would this be good for daily use, or would you recommend it only a few times a week? Um, they say you can use it every single day. So again, it just depends on your skin. If you can only get away with doing it 2 to 3 times a week, because it does have the actives of salicylic acid. So it just depends. But you could use it every day, and they said that you can. You'd have to put a moisturizer, and you definitely have to wear sunscreen, and they recommend using this during the day. Okay, let's see. Yeah, see, my skin does not like L-ascorbic acid. That's why. Okay, this is why it's a little bit confusing. Okay, let's say you try L-ascorbic acid, which is the vitamin C. And then because your skin reacted to the L-ascorbic acid, you're like, "Oh, I'm not gonna use any other vitamin C. I'm not gonna use vitamin C because I reacted." Okay, there are other forms of vitamin C that you can use that are more gentle. Um, you can use that. It just depends on the formulation of it, okay? Let's see. Of the hydrating treatment. Oh, okay, Togi. Here. Hold on. I will get back with you on that one, okay? Because I want to get to as many people as possible. Let me see. Let me see. Hi, Maryann. Maryann is from Tucson. Let's see. What about timeless product? It did work for me. Took my see. So here we go. Here, this is why I enjoy the conversation, because I like to hear from other people and their experiences of what they used. And you have to realize, so I've literally have downloaded my software program, all the names and all the treatments that I did, and I've done over 26,000. And this is why I say it depends on your skin, because I've treated so many different skin types that you cannot say across the board, this is the standard. This is the people who say that, they don't have any experience with all the different skin types, because you can't have a standard. How can you have a standard for someone who's got oily breakout prone skin, all the way to the opposite end of the spectrum of somebody who has really sensitive, maybe they have cuperose, and it's just, you can't. What works for one person may not work for another person, okay? um, Burning when I applied it. However, when I tell you my skin had a wonderful glow after using it, need to get a new one, but my skin is dry. Okay, so Misty Reds, if your skin is dry, this product is not going to work for you, because I mean, it has everything in there for oily skin. Reduces oily, refines skin texture, increases clarity. So that's probably not going to be for you. Okay, so Cindy's asking what product you did use from Timeless. Salicylic is serum too. Is that a separate serum? Okay, so you need to use your vitamin C first. Okay, you need to use your vitamin C first. Okay, let's see. Let's see here. Let's see what Nala says. She says 30 people watching, but only 19 thumbs up. We are getting valuable information for free. Yes, please give me a thumbs up, you guys. Let me see. Ferulic acid. Okay. Okay, Ulrika, I hope I said that right. Thank you so much for watching. Um, Tell us the ordinary product. Okay, I'm not sure what that means. Like the ordinary, like the brand? I'm not okay. Can you clarify that? I'm not really sure what that means. Okay, let's see. Transdermal C serum, which is THD vitamin C derivative. Okay, that's the tetrahexyldecyl. Um, so that's a vitamin C derivative. It is stable. It's much more gentle. Um, and again, with people who have much more gentle skin and people who have melasma and they want immediate results, clinical studies have shown that L-ascorbic acid works faster. However, if your skin cannot tolerate that, you can use that, but it may take longer. So that's the trade-off of that, okay? Um, I've been using sodium ascorbyl phosphate and vitamin C serum products with this form of vitamin C. Seems to be cheaper than with L-ascorbic acid. Yes. That one is it's a less expensive form of vitamin C. That is actually more common in a lot of the serums that you see, especially the ones sold on Amazon. If you are using the vitamin C for like you have existing fine lines and wrinkles and you're trying to minimize that, that one is not you're not going to see as much dramatic results from that, unfortunately. But if you have really sensitive skin and almost everything that you're using doesn't work, that may be the one. Okay? So, okay. So this is what I'm going to do. Who out there, because it seems like there's a lot of people who cannot use this, who would like this form of the Skinceuticals? This is $166, you guys. I won't send it in this big package here. I'll probably send it, put a bubble wrap on there and then send it in a box so it doesn't like break. But because I can't use it, and they're getting really good reviews, and it's a pre-launch too. So I don't even know if they have it on their website yet. So if you would like it, this is compliments of SkinStore. So I do want to give them credit for this. So if anybody wants it, who wants it, let me know. And I'm gonna do the giveaway because it's $166. Skinceuticals puts a lot of money into their research and development, their own research and development. So who likes to try? Excuse me. Okay, Maryann, Lori, Mia, Cindy. Okay, who out? Is that it? Just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people? Let me get. Oh, here we go. Okay. Hi, Miss Maleva. If it's okay for sensitive skin also. If you have Brenda, were you the one that had really oily skin? You may benefit from that too. Count me in. Okay, how about I'm getting a text from somebody that's just okay. So let's do this. Who of these people I gotta narrow it down. Who of these people um have any of you guys purchased from me? I'll do it that way. I'll just narrow it down. And if nobody has, I'll just keep going down. Sensitive skin, but I can use it. I don't think it specifically says that it's, no, it doesn't say that it doesn't say that it's not recommended for sensitive skin, but Um, so this is what it says. If it sounds like you, okay. So it says combines proven antioxidants, vitamin C, ferulic acid, and Silmarin to maximize antioxidant performance and neutralize oil oxidation. With continued use, this synergistic oil free formulation enhances protection against environmental damage caused by free radicals, helps prevent the development of new acne blemishes, and reduces the severity of acne while improving signs of aging, such as fine lines, uneven skin texture, and the appearance of pores. So, if that sounds like you, then this may be something. Okay? Oops. Oh, I keep scrolling. Okay. Okay, I think of the people who are here, I think it should be Maryann, because Maryann has been with me since, like, it seems like the very beginning when I had like just a handful of subscribers. So I think Maryann earned it. And when I do these, I'm actually going to do like more giveaways and things. So Maryann, get back and get in contact with me through um let's see, because I don't want your information going public. So Maryann, do you have Instagram? If you have Instagram or Facebook or something, why don't you contact me and give me your address, and then I can send it to you. Okay? Okay. So, hopefully that works. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay. I'm gonna read all these here. I think that's yeah, congratulations, Maryann. So, I'm going to do more of these. Um Okay, so any other questions with how to use vitamin C or how to use vitamin C with hyaluronic acid? Or there was a question back here and I missed it. Somebody asked me about something. Look at Maryann. Oh, I never win. Well, you won this time. Okay. Okay. Yeah, it's $166. Jeez. Look at that. Look how supportive everybody is. I love how everybody is like so supportive, congratulating. I love that kind of community. You know? Sometimes you get these things that people are so mean sometimes. Oh my gosh. Okay. So, if that's it, does anybody else have any questions about breakouts or fine lines and wrinkles or hyperpigmentation? Look at that. Congratulations. See, look at that. Maryann says she'll be 65 in June. Please review Dr. Sam's Brightly. Oh, here it is. Dr. Sam's Brightly and Nightly. Okay, I haven't heard of that one. I'm gonna have to look at it. Is that a vitamin C? I'm not I'm not really sure about that one. London Doctor. Nightly, Brightly and Nightly. Maybe I should look it up. Let's see. Still cheaper than True Treatments Vitamin C, worth every penny. Is a dermatologist in the UK. Super dry skin types. I said crepey and have dark circles, and I can't find good products. Okay. My first question to you, Brenda, because I've learned from assuming too much from people. So now I ask a lot of questions. Are you using any products around your eyes right now? And if so, what is it? Um, and then you have dark circles. Okay, so dark circles is, and then if you have dark skin, because some people have they're predisposed to dark circles around their eyes. Okay, Deiko! Deiko is back. Deiko Tachibana is from Japan. I think she's watching me from Japan, right? Yeah. You have dark circles too. Okay, so here's the thing about dark circles, okay? There is a type, so we have to find out if the dark circles are blood pigmented dark circles, or if they are more of a hyperpigmentation issue, and if it is a genetic issue. So what happens with some people is as you get older, and if you are not older and you're younger and have it, it could be different. But as we get older, obviously we have less collagen, right? So then the skin becomes thinner, and so then you see the blood pooling on your eyes, especially if it's exacerbated if you're tired. So you have that, and that's why sometimes you'll see those eye creams that have the caffeine in them because they're dilating the capillaries so that um, it it doesn't prevent, but it lessens the pooling of the blood that is under your eyes. So what you have to do a lot of the times is that is increasing the microcirculation. What can help is the increasing of the microcirculation, and there are machines that can actually help with that. And if you use it a lot of time, it increases the energy or the ATP in the cells and helps regenerate a lot faster. If that in fact is due to like what's like not necessarily the pigments in the skin, but as far as the blood pooling under the eyes. Okay. So, how products can work is a lot of the times it's not the product in and of itself. Okay. Sometimes it is if it's like let's say if it's a young girl and she has just a little of a hyperpigmentation that came from um, her taking birth control or she was pregnant or something like that. It can start to break that apart. But if it's not that, then what happens is the products will help minimize the appearance when you're using it in conjunction with a machine that in and of itself increases the energy in your cells, and it increases the efficacy of that. But if you actually have the type that you've had for a long time, or you've had it ever since you were young, that there's no product out there that's really going to help with that. Does that make sense? Um, and a lot of times you can tell just by when I see someone. A lot of times you can tell. Okay. Um, I use all kinds of creams, nothing helps. See, so that's why. So the creams in it of itself usually does not help. You have to address it at the cellular level. Okay, so and using it in conjunction with the active ingredients in the creams will help. It's kind of like an added boost to it, and then it also depends on the product that you're using. It can also help as well, but no product out there is just by buying that off the shelf is going to really address that. Okay. And when I say that, I should clarify the dark circles. Okay, let's see. Okay, so see Maryann, she says, I heard turmeric is good for under eye circles and mix with milk and then you apply it. No, that's not gonna work. Turmeric is good for you, but I mean that's not going to address it. Okay. Um Yeah, so Mrs. Maleva, she says that she thinks this is her case. Some serums and any creams that I put on my face. Okay. Um, can you use retinol directly? Uh,
for your eyes, I would use ones that were specifically formulated for your eyes because they're going to be a little bit more gentle. Some people have seen an increase of crepiness when they use retin A or retinol, so then you want to use something that hydrates and plumps up the skin. Okay. Hyperpigmentation just came out with products for dark circles and hyperpigmentation on lips. Okay, I would want to see that because I've seen some of them and they're like useless. I'm not saying that one is because I haven't seen that one, so I'm not familiar with that one, but you got to be careful. Okay. What is the best vitamin C for older women like me? I am 55 years old. Come on, girl, you're not that old. So what is the best vitamin C? Okay, so Sissy, you weren't in our earlier part of our discussion. It depends on the type of skin that you have. Because remember, when we say vitamin C, technically vitamin C is L-ascorbic acid, and everything else, I shouldn't even say everything, almost everything else is going to be a derivative. So it just depends on your skin type, because if you look in the conversations to see, if you scroll back in the chats, a lot of people said that they can't tolerate the L-ascorbic acid, so they're going to use a derivative for that. So instead of telling you just straight out, I would have to get to know your skin a little bit better. Do you have sensitive skin? Are you using retinol or retin A? Are you using any type of AHAs? Because that can counteract with it as well, depending on the type of vitamin C serum that you are using. Okay. Okay. So that is not going to do anything, Maryann. That's just a physical thing that you're doing, a physical form of exfoliation. But no, that's really not going to work. The skin around my eyes are extremely dark now. I used to use skin lightening creams around my eyes years ago and wonder if this caused my skin to get darker. Well, that depends. Usually they pair up lightening products with like AHA stuff, or like some kind of exfoliant. So when they do that and you're not using enough sun protection, yes, that could be the cause of it. Again, I don't know because I don't have enough information, but that could be that. Okay. I am Asian, sensitive skin. I stopped using retinol. Okay. So when did you stop using it and how long did you use it for? Because people who have tended to use retinol or retin A for long periods of time, their skin is a little bit more sensitive to work with for a period of time. That's what I have learned. She's 65. Good for you. Yeah, 55 is still young. Okay. So, Sissy, you got to tell me if you have dry skin. Somebody else in the conversation that came up said that she was older and she still tended to have dry skin. Or, sorry, oily skin. She tended to have oily skin. Okay. Let's see. Horizontal necklines. Okay, so the ones that go across like this. Is that what you're saying? Horizontal necklines? Right? Okay, horizontal necklines. So everybody has some form of that. I mean, everybody does. I seem to have less of that because I was using the radio frequency machine. And you can see that in my video for the neck tightening thing. So I have less of that, but I would first want to know, Cindy, because everybody has that. Is it really like pronounced or do you just have that? Because everybody has some form of that. So I'd want to know that first before I start like telling you like, what to use or whatever. I hate the fact that I have to use makeup all the time to hide my dark circles. Yeah, that could be a little bit frustrating. But it does work. The dark circle thing, if you use the microcurrent machine, it does amazingly. It does really work. Let me put let me see if I can find that video on here. Let me see if I can find that, okay? And then I'll put it in here. And you can watch it to help you understand it a little bit more. Let me see.
it was this one. Yeah, I'll put the link in here and it'll help you understand, not that you're going to buy this, but it'll help you understand what I mean about how the microcurrent actually works. And I'm going to do another video on that with like how to do it at home. So that's the link. Okay, that. Okay, let's see. On the dark skin around my eyes, I used to use a cream with vitamin E and saw little improvement, but after I stopped using it, the darkness came back. So the thing with hyperpigmentation, any form of hyperpigmentation, is the best thing to do is to prevent it. And I know it's hard, but that is because once it forms, no matter how light it is, the potential is there for it to become darker and for it to always come back. So that's the problem with hyperpigmentation, except for like, the acne. I'm not talking about the deep scars, but like when you have just a superficial scarring over time, that will fade and not necessarily come back. But when you have like the hyperpigmentation of the melasma or age spots or UV induced hyperpigmentation, that's really difficult to fade. So the best thing to do is prevention, which is why vitamin C is so popular. Okay. Pronounced. Okay, so Cindy says her necklines are pronounced. Okay, so Cindy, are you in, you don't have to tell me exactly your age, but are you in your 20s, 30s, 40s, or 50s, or 60s, or even older than that? Because that will tell me also a lot of what you can do. Okay. 40. Okay. So, yes, our skin is your skin, or all of our skin is obviously aging, but when you're in your 40s, it's going to actually become more pronounced. A lot of it contributes to hormone levels. So, it depends on how much it bothers you. You can use for your neck, I mean, if you want to use Retin-A, you can do that, but I I personally would use more of like a home type machine to really help tighten the skin. If you've got pronounced, the vitamin C is going to prevent, it's going to slow down that. But if you've got pronounced, you're going to have to use something that's a little bit more invasive. That, and the reason why I like it so much is because that does not induce heat or inflammation. And those are the two main things that can drive hyperpigmentation with people who have dark skin. Okay. And people who have sensitive skin. So I would probably do that, Cindy, is I would look more into that because there's really no product once you get the pronounced circles as far as skincare products to really help with that, especially over the counter type of products. Okay, so she says, I've been using tretinoin for 0.25% for over 22 years for anti-aging oil. I don't have acne. Should I up the strength or should I stay at 0.25%? Okay, so that is a question that I can only answer if I actually saw your skin and understood your skin's history. Okay. And what other products that you are using, because some people are using the tretinoin like tretinoin and then prescription level, and then they're also using like I had one of them, she was using Epiduo, she was using like different things with it, and then she also was using an exfoliating cleanser, and she was complaining that her skin was getting really irritated because she heard that you should exfoliate, exfoliate, exfoliate. And to some extent, that is kind of true, but it's like how much exfoliation and how sensitive your skin is and what other products are you using with that. Okay, because what was happening was she was exfoliating so much, she was experiencing tool, she was losing her skin was exfoliating so fast that her skin had the inability to not only hold moisture, but because she was older, she didn't have enough essential fatty acids in her skin. So that's that's why I need all this information to come to, some sort of like even more specific answer, but it's not like a pinpoint answer because I don't know everything about the not everything, but a lot more about the skin to help me understand what they should be using and what other products are they using. Because if you don't add like you're thinking, okay, she's using tretinoin, she's using the exfoliating cleanser, she's using the Epiduo. If I didn't ask, okay, what other products are you, I would have never known that she was using also a glycolic acid cleanser. I was like, okay, you are over exfoliating your skin. No wonder your skin is so crepey. So that's why I have to ask these questions. Okay. Can I buy one or use one at home? Yes, you can. You can. Um, Copper peptides. Copper peptides are really good. However, some people are sensitive to copper. So again, it just depends on the skin type. But copper peptides actually do help the skin. But again, it just depends. Some people react to copper peptides. So I always talk about that. Oh, absolutely. I like to share my knowledge because um, I've I'm still learning, obviously. I'm still learning. However, this is the type of stuff that you don't get by just being a beauty vlogger. This is when you're in the treatment room and you think something works and so you do it on this particular person and then something happens and you're like, "Oh my gosh, what happened?" So those are my learning opportunities where I learned and so that I can share it with all of you. Okay? CeraVe cleanser in the morning and night. It is hydrating. Okay, so CeraVe cleanser is not the best cleanser for everybody. This is so funny. I actually have, and if you guys are watching, who was my last consultation? Ashley. Um, so Ashley, she's one of my younger clients, was using CeraVe and she was getting really bumpy skin, really bad texture of her skin. So we had to change it for her. So it doesn't mean that it works for everybody. The other one was Megan. So Megan, I don't know if she's watching. Megan, the same thing. So it just depends on the person. You cannot say one product is good for everybody. That's just not how that works. Okay. Is it possible niacinamide dries up your skin? It depends on the formulation. It depends on the formulation of whatever that you're using. So kind of like this Silmarin CF, right? Vitamin C. So if you're like, does vitamin C dry my skin? Well, this one is specifically formulated for oily skin. So yes, this is going to absorb excess oil. Okay. So it just depends. But it can, yeah. How often should one get a glycolic acid peel? Someone had told me not to do it more than 6 times. 6 times a year? Okay, so here's a couple things when you're dealing with acid peels, okay? First of all, it depends on the type of skin that you have, where you live, because obviously if you live in a place that's sunny most of the time, like Nevada, California, Florida, you're going to have to go easier on these acid peels. And what the percentage is the glycolic acid peel paired with another peel, because there's peels out there that are combo, like glycolic acid with retinol, glycolic acid with salicylic acid. Like, what are you trying to treat acne? Are you doing a series of peels to address a certain issue? And how invasive the peel is, how long you have the peel on for. Did you do a pre-treatment before the acid peel and a post-treatment to bring you down the pH of your skin, to prep your skin for the acid peel, and then after it to help hydrate your skin and heal your skin, so shorten the recovery time of your skin so you don't end up getting more fine lines and wrinkles and more hyperpigmentation for that particular client. So when you say someone told you not to do it more than 6 times a year, Is it a series, and where do you live, and what's it for? If you are at, let's say you're 25 years old, you don't have any issues with your skin at all, 6 times is why are you no, too much. You're actually inflicting like more chances of it becoming prematurely aging. So I think if you guys caught that one video, the one thing that I'm seeing that's very different from 12 years ago now is I'm seeing more younger clients, their skin is aging much more faster than I ever saw it when I first started practicing. And it's because of the explosion of videos and social media things of promoting products that some young people have no business using. Okay. Um yeah, see, she doesn't react to CeraVe. She doesn't react well to CeraVe. It's from Good Molecules. I would have to look at the formulation, Mrs. Maleva. I have to look. And also what you're using beforehand. Okay. And the CeraVe Foam Cream Cleanser. Okay. Me too. So CC, it just depends. It just depends on people. An eye cream recommendation. Is that for the dark skin? Do you have dark skin? And do you have oily skin? That's a big difference. If you have oily skin and typically you're using, this is generally speaking, guys, okay? Typically, if you're using an eye cream and you have oily skin, you probably should be using an eye gel, especially in the summertime. Maybe in the wintertime, for some of you who have oily skin but mature skin, you may be able to get away with an eye cream. You have combo. Okay, but where are you? Do you tend to get oily like right here on your cheeks? Okay, because that's a big one too. And do you wear glasses? That's a big one because some people will start getting like the bumps right here. No, you're dry. Are you dry? And also, do you have eyelash extensions? I have to ask this because I can't see you guys. Because if you have eyelash extensions, you should be not using eye cream. You should be using a water-based eye gel. Okay. Any recommendations for dark eyelids? Okay. Dark eyelids. So I've seen that too. Okay. Um, my first question is does that run in your family? One, two, um, do you live in an area that is really sunny? And what products are you using around your eyelids as well? You use creams day and night. And do you apply sunscreen on your eyelids? Dry under eyes, no eyelashes, and sunglasses. Okay, so if you're gonna use one for eye dark circles, is that what you mean? If it's for was it for dry under eye circles? Then I don't know what your budget is, but I probably would do, hold on here. Let me see if I can find it on here. Let me see. Mm, let's see if I can find it on here. Do they? I'm gonna have to do. I wonder if I can. No, they don't sell it. Okay, I'm going to have to find it and put it back in here. Oops, where am I? Okay. Let's see. To dark circles, so I use cream and I do. Drinking water has a lot to do with your skin. Drink plenty of water. Yes. So this is something. Let's talk about drinking water with your skin. Drinking water absolutely helps, especially with the tone, because it flushes out a lot of the metabolic waste. Okay. However, if you're living in a dry area and you've got dry skin, when you drink a lot of water, what happens about 15 to 20 minutes later? You have to go to the bathroom because it always goes to the excretory system first. It's flushing out the toxins because your body is designed to survive. Okay. So the water helps at the cellular level, but on the surface level, the fastest way to do hydration, address that dehydration, is to apply it on to your skin. Okay. Okay, upper lip hyperpigmentation. Is that the type where okay, so there's different types. There's the type where I've seen people actually have like the little bit of freckling on this is called the vermilion border right here. And so they have a little bit of freckling right there that you can address. But if you have a dark line on your lip line right there, that is just the natural way the pigmentation is for people who have darker skin. So I would want to know, is it because of the sun? Because a lot of times when people put sunscreen, they don't put a lot right above, on their upper lip there. And, several times a day, you're touching your upper lip area or you wipe it with a napkin and people forget to put sunscreen on their upper lip. So that's why that's common. And if you're doing retinol on there and people really don't pay attention to putting a lot of sunscreen on their upper lip. So you have to be careful with that. Okay, I gotta scroll down. Where did I miss that? Ooh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay, somebody says, I heard that eyelash serum causes hollowing of the eye area. No, that's not true. I don't have oily or acne prone skin anymore. I just came on here to look at Christy's beautiful face. Oh my gosh. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Ladies at our age, we can take all the compliments we can get, right? Um, I missed it. Where did that go? Primarily dry and crow's feet, little dark circles, but primarily dry and crow's feet prevention. That would be the max then. It's kind of costly though, but the max, the Image Max eye cream, that's what works for that. I got dark eyelids being unwell, and I'm finding sunscreen stings my eye, so just normal moisturizer on it. Okay, look at your sunscreen and see if it has zinc oxide, if the most of it is zinc oxide, because that's actually a mineral sunscreen. It does not sting because it is a natural anti-inflammatory. If it stings, it's typically a chemical-based sunscreen, and that you don't want anywhere near your eye anyway. So look at your sunscreen and see. Oh, Togi, I missed your thing. I gotta scroll back down. This thing keeps like scooching up and then I keep missing the comments. Where did it go? If my skin gets congested and occasional breakouts, does that mean my skin is more oily than I think? Well, that's the thing. CeraVe tends to congest the skin for some people. So you need an exfoliant. If you want to keep using your cleanser, then you're going to have to use like a exfoliant for your skin. And for your type of skin, I would, because you're dry, don't use a leave-on exfoliant. Okay? Let me try to find that one. I'm trying to be better at this because I know that sometimes when you guys ask me and then I can't find where you guys ask the questions when I go back.
Okay, that's for you, Togi. I put the link in there, even though I don't see the link in there. I I I don't know why it's happening with my thing here. It just keeps scrolling here. Let's see. Let me scroll. Did you get it? I don't even see my link in here. It was a 35% glycolic acid peel once a month for 6 months. Very hot weather. I was wondering. Okay, so once a month for 6 months, but 35%. Very hot weather. Probably not a good idea. No freckling. I waxed forever. Oh, that's why you got the. Okay, so that's post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation. So this is what happens. Ladies, if you guys are you doing facial waxing, when you remove, so when the wax gets on top of the skin and then you remove it, it's also removing the top layer of the dead skin, right? So that's why they tell you to not use any retin-A or any type of AHA before you go get waxed, right? Because they can peel off the skin, it gets thinner. So when you're doing that over and over, and if you're still doing that, if you're still waxing, what I always advise is that you wait. If you're using exfoliant or anything that has that, you're going to wait 2 to 3 days before your wax appointment so that you have several, you have like a lot of the dead skin. And then 2 days after, you need to avoid the sun. And then you need to wear like a zinc oxide sunscreen on top of there to reduce the inflammation as well as protect. So that's right. That's what that's from, that waxing. So, oh gosh. Okay. So you're going to have to wear more sunscreen there, and you can use a lightening product on your upper lip, but you're going to have to be vigilant about using sunscreen. Okay. Okay. Looks like a sun mustache. Oh, yeah. Okay. That totally makes sense then. Okay. So Deiko says it's so difficult for me to find the right product. Someone says the product is her holy grail. I might hate that product. Okay. I avoid using the Holy Grail because of my experience. What works really well for that particular person may not work for you. So I don't say that just because of the vast amount of people I've worked with, because really there's no such thing. Even something that most people can use, that's still most people, not all, right? So everyone always talks about how great retin-A is, and retin-A is the holy grail of anti-aging, and that's the only thing that can prevent. And really, well, I can't use it. So, I mean, how do you address someone that can't use it, right? There are other things that you can use. So, gosh, my thing keeps like scrolling up, so I can't find like the latest thing in here. Let's see. Can I put zinc oxide sunscreen over my eyelid? Is this safe? I'm using chemical sun. See, it's chemical sunscreen. Whenever it's stinging, chances are it's a chemical sunscreen. So you need to use one that has a high amount of zinc oxide. So I like the Lyra one because it's 21% zinc oxide. It has plant-based lighteners and brighteners in there. So I'm gonna put that in here too. Plant-based lightener. Okay, so that's why I can't even see what I'm typing here. Zinc oxide. Now, it's not that there's not other products out there. I recommend this because this is it's not like I just use it on myself. I've used it on like literally thousands of people, and this seems to work best. Not everyone. There are other sunscreens that I do recommend for other people. Okay, so I put a link there. I don't even know if it's showing up as a link, but because sometimes they don't allow that. Okay. Okay. Ooh, it's like
every time somebody adds something new, it like grows to the top for me here. Okay, so if there's no other questions, I'm going to end it here because I'm like frying in the sun. But Maryann, contact me so I can mail this to you. I still have the original box right here. So I'm going to, whenever I get things here from like things for oily skin or whatever, I'm going to do giveaways for that. And then even some like mature things. So I'll have more coming down the pipeline. I think you guys will be excited. So yeah, so stay tuned, but let me know. Should be, wait, it should be last step. My style, Misty? Oh yeah, sunscreen should be last step, yeah. I use 5.5% tretinoin at night every day in my 30s, but I feel like I cause more wrinkles. How can I incorporate it? I've heard of sandwich moisturizer, tretinoin moisturizer. Do you recommend that? Yeah, that's just basically like having a barrier in between to slow down penetration and to also dilute the efficacy of it. You can do that, but it's the type of moisturizer, and also if you have oily skin, because some people said that didn't work for them, they got actually more breakouts by doing that. So that, yes, so generally speaking, yes, that can work. But it also, to be more specific, I don't know, because I don't know, one, what moisturizer you're using, and if you are breakout prone, because for some people, they have found, they go, that didn't work. My skin got even more, they got more breakouts. So it just depends. Okay. So yes, you can do that. Or you can just use a retinol, which is not as potent, but again, it just depends. Okay. Cool down in Canada. Oh, wait, is it snowing? I'm snow averse. You're welcome. Like right now, you guys, let's see what the temperature is. Can you guys see that? 75 degrees, baby. It's nice. And we don't have any humidity here. So anyway, okay, so I'm going to cut it here, and then Maryann, get in touch with me and I will definitely send this out to you. And then other than that, we'll just wait until we do our next Q&A and have your questions ready. Okay, bye.